The Blood Moon event is currently the newest event that we've seen in Dead by Daylight. This brand new annual event has the community in a bit of a frenzy, as it's not the best event we've seen in recent time. However, Dead by Daylight has recently made a significant change, and we need to talk about it. Kings and queens, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day and you're doing well. Two quick things. I am live on Twitch right now giving away DLC codes, twitch.tv/theking. Hopefully we see you there. And yes, I've read every single comment. Everyone said I was tired in the last video. I just woke up. That's why I was yawning so excessively, but I really appreciate everyone looking out for me. It was good fun. All right, let's talk about this event. Why is it the worst event in Dead by Daylight's history? Why are people saying that? How have they improved it? And what are other grievances and other improvements that Dead by Daylight can make in order to make this a staple Dead by Daylight actual event? Let's take it from the top. The Blood Moon event on the live stream that Dead by Daylight conducted basically was given to us as one of the best ways to ever get blood points. This was supposed to be something like we've never ever seen before, and we were going to get more blood points than we've ever seen. This had the community pretty hyped, and with some of the leaks that were going around, especially some of the ones that we covered, everybody was looking forward to playing this Blood Moon event. And then it was finally revealed to us what it was. The skins looked good, the map, having different sections and different things looked good, and then we had the loading screen when it was finally here. It all looked good. Things were looking up. It wasn't too bad despite how you felt about everything. So as soon as we pretty much got into the game, we quickly realized that the amount of blood points that you actually get aren't as exciting as we hoped. It was only 200%, aka about 3 times, and if you did the math, according to what we finished on day 1, at the end of the event, we would only get about maybe 1, 2, or 3 days to enjoy these 3x times the blood points. Nonetheless, that is a major problem with the event, as it's sourced around the entirety of being so much blood points that we've ever seen. That's the entire theme of the event. Let's put that water on the bridge. Let's carry on. There's some bigger problems that we need to tend to. Now, some of these might be a little bit more nitpicky, but we will still jump on in and dive into it. The next thing, another major problem, is that none of the blood point offerings actually stacked and worked if you ran the event items. Meaning, if you ran the new item that is encouraged to be used during this event, if anybody decides to run a bloody party streamer, a survivor pudding, an escape cake, none of the points will matter. Those cakes will be going to waste, and people didn't even know this, so people were burning cakes left and right. Again, this is just such a blunder on their part. Again, the entire event is supposed to be about obtaining blood points. This is the whole theme of this. And if blood point offerings don't work, it's a big slap in the face, especially when other events like the anniversary event, you pretty much get more blood points running 5 offerings than the entire event that is focused around earning blood points. Now, Dead by Daylight have come out today, and they have made a change, making it so that at the end, instead of getting 200%, you're getting 400%, which is about 5 times the amount of blood points instead of the regular 2/3 times we were probably going to see. Now, this is fine. This is okay. This is the step in the right direction, and this is a good and healthy change that they made to this event, because now, even if we get maybe 2 or 3 days of this event, if you're getting 5x of this, it works out good. We can't go crazy and go like 20x because it will destroy the blood point economy, but overall, this is a much better change, and having that for the 2-3 days actually makes up for this. They also tweeted out that anybody that has used any of these offerings to increase the blood points will be compensated, so we'll wait and see exactly if that means the event is going to be extended a few days, or maybe they're also going to just give out some blood points for people that use these offerings or anybody that has played during this time. Nonetheless, some good damage control on their end, and moving forward, this is a good step in the right direction. Unfortunately, some of the problems don't stop there, and these are going to be more things that I kind of nitpicked, and not just me, but a community in general, because these are kind of the trending things that I've seen. Now, listen, I need to preface this. I'm always positive when it comes down to things. I look at the bright side of things. That's how my videos always go. Everyone calls me a shill for Dead by Daylight because I do it so often, but when something's not good, I have to call it out, and this is one of those cases. Let's take it from the top. First things first is that there are characters disabled during this event. Now I know this might not be significant to you because you may not play a certain character, so you don't care. In this instance is the twins, and I can already see the comments going, nobody plays twins, less than 1% of the population, but that still is a couple thousand people that would probably like to play this event, and they can't because their character is blocked. Look at it when a more popular character like the Knight, who still isn't as popular as some of the other characters, got kill switched for such a long time, and how much of a big deal that was, maybe even to you. So it's the same kind of sentiment. If Dead by Daylight continues with this trend where characters are disabled, especially during events where players would have peak interest in playing, it's just not a good look. Now, obviously, it's not that black and white. They can't just necessarily fix a character and make them 100%. I understand if a character is broken because they were midway through the event and then they realized, oh wait, there's a bug going on because of something. For me, the way I see it, and I'm not sure if this is 100% of the case, but they knew that this event was happening for a very, very, very long time. This was planned out months and months and months and months and months in advance, and then as soon as this chapter dropped, one of the characters got disabled. Maybe it's just unfortunate timing, maybe it's poor planning, whatever the case may be. Nonetheless, all I'm saying is it really does suck that a character is completely disabled during this event, because chances are when that character gets fixed, then the event is probably going to be over. So it's a big L on their part for that. If this was a more popular character, just imagine the outrage that would currently be going on. And all I'm saying is that if a trend like this continues and they decide to continue to go down this path, because this isn't the first time we've necessarily seen characters being constantly disabled for long amounts of times, then it really divides that dev and that player connection. It really feels like they don't necessarily have the interest essentially to play certain characters or to fix certain characters, I should say, and that just doesn't feel good. Now again, I don't think this is necessarily the case. I'm sure they're hard at work trying to fix these characters, but overall it definitely doesn't feel good. Moving on to another problem that I have seen the community talking about in this event, and that is everything is red. I know that sounds a little silly, but really think about it for a second. Hens made a post about this, and he's not wrong. Especially for people like accessibility, you're having red overlays on your screen itself. So no matter where you go, you're going to see some red scratches. You also have the red blood vials that are going around. Okay. You then have the red generators that are there. Okay, that's a lot of red already. You then have the red scratch marks. Okay, you're chasing a survivor, there's more red. And then you have the red blood. Not to mention, if someone's injured, you also have red on the left. If whatever the case may be, maybe your killer stain, I don't know. There's a lot of red. There's a lot of red. If there was an option to change the colors for next year, maybe even change it around so you have the ability to pick whatever color you want, or just change the auras of just the scratch marks and just the generators maybe to orange, I think that'll be fine. I think that'll be good, you know, and that way you won't see consistently red everywhere. And yeah, there's another thing. When the pool opens up, it also has more red. Now, this is more, again, of a nitpick issue, but overall, it's still something that they could improve on. So the next time we get this event, we don't have to necessarily talk about this and make it an issue as it is. Now, there's more things to get into, but with all of these things combined and just kind of tossed to us, it doesn't necessarily feel good, and it feels like the event is a little bit lackluster. People are just looking at this and thinking it's a little bit more of a glorified blood hunt, essentially, which kind of getting the same feeling. Of course, there's talks about the imbalance as well, you know, with the significance of the circle itself. Killers getting a way longer lunge, but survivors only getting to be a little bit more quiet. Doesn't necessarily seem fair. I'm not necessarily going to talk about the balance of it, because conversations like that, realistically, if we talk about it amongst ourselves and argue and debate, ultimately the devs are just going to make whatever change that they feel is the best, so it doesn't necessarily make too much sense jumping on into everything with that. But overall, I think this is an interesting event. I think that they have taken steps in the right direction to make it better, but obviously it needs a lot of work, and that's what we're here for. We're here to give our feedback and to talk about it, and hopefully moving forward they can make this event bigger and better. But that is pretty much going to do it for me. I had a whole video lined up talking about how I really felt about this event. I kind of ripped into them a little bit, basically saying the same points that I made here, but now that they made some improvements, especially to some of the biggest issues that I've had with the event. They've definitely done some justice in that sense. So we'll see what happens with the rest and the remainder of this event. That's pretty much going to do it for me. I'm going to be live on Twitch giving away some DLC codes for the Unknown and Sable. Hopefully we see you guys there. As always, I'm the King. I tip my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fog.